Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Boss Rush Podcast, a great place to play games and be better. I'm one of your hosts, Corey Deerick, and alongside me, as always, is the sleeveless PC muscle race himself, LeRon Dawkins.
Hello, all you happy people.
Don't worry, LeRon. I recorded your entire Switch collection, so next time you talk smack about Nintendo,
oh God, Stoy's
it's just going to be an animated GIF of you flipping through your cartridges like this.
Stoy's going to see that, and he's going to have a fucking field day.
Yeah. Ed's also going to be excited.
I can hear the yes right now. I can hear it.
Yep. Also joining us is the writer extraordinaire, Stephanie Klimov.
Cheers.
I literally almost sneezed right before I said your name. And this weird noise came out of my nose because I was trying to hold it in. And now my eyes are watering. It's okay.
It really brings out the baby blue in your eyes.
Aw, thanks. I don't know what to say. Okay, it's alright. It's gone. It's gone. Who's not gone, however, is our special guest tonight from the Boss Rush writing team, Aaron Damigos.
Good job. You said it right.
I did. I practiced in my head ever since you told me how to say it. Well, I guessed it, and then you said it, and then, yeah. So I've been practicing. How are you?
I am excited, a little bit sad because of reasons you will find out soon. Yeah, I'm in a huge transition between jobs right now. I'm juggling school. It'll be a year of living in Seattle in 2 days.
Ooh, wow.
So, a lot of exciting things right now.
It's exciting. So, you're not in transition just from any job. You might have had one of the most exciting jobs any of us have ever had.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. That's debatable.
No, come on. Spill the beans.
Okay, so I guess I worked for a certain gaming company that rhymes with Nintendo. So I went through a staffing agency in April. Not April. I don't know. Sometime this year, and I guess they hire for Nintendo contracted employees. So technically, I was working through what's called Parker Staffing. That was the staffing agency I went through. So not technically a Nintendo employee, but I was working with, I don't know how you want to categorize that. So my job title was CBO Finance. CBO stands for Consumer Back Office, and basically I provided refunds for people on digital purchases, which we're not allowed to do that, or we're not supposed to know that, but it's a thing that we do.
Now the world knows.
I mean, the world, Reddit already knew. So I would wake up. My schedule was like 6 a.m. to 2:30 p.m. But I also chose that because I got to work from home and just get out of bed and to my desk. It was a long commute. So yeah, I was working for them for this past year. I moved to Seattle to specifically work for Nintendo, so it was exciting to be able to do that in such a short time. But now, because my contract is over, I'm going to a different job, not as well, maybe I shouldn't say it's not as exciting because I don't want to get fired, but I'll be doing something completely different, not gaming related, which makes me kind of sad. But I'm going to school at the same time to earn a second bachelor's degree. My first was in music. This podcast is all about me now. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
It's fine. We're actually changing the name to the Damigos Rush podcast.
Perfect.
You're the new host, actually. That's your new job. You're hosting this.
Congratulations.
Surprise.
How much am I getting paid?
Whatever we're getting paid, add 10%.
Okay. So my first bachelor's degree was in music. Not doing anything with that right now. I'm going back to school for digital marketing. So I'd like to eventually work with Nintendo again, or Pokemon, or somewhere in the gaming industry, and manage social media, or do e-commerce stuff. So
You know what? It's funny you mentioned Pokemon because dude, all your freaking articles are basically Pokemon centric. It's awesome. It's awesome, actually.
I mean, if you go to my Twitter, it's just all Pokemon, and if I were to move my camera that way, you'd see a whole shelf of Pokemon dolls.
Dude, I want to see it. I want to see it.
I know. I want to see it too.
Okay, well, I have a little screen, so you can't see my room, but that
Whoa!
shelf.
Whoa!
Woo!
Love it. I love it.
Yeah, that's freaking awesome.
That's cool. LeRon, no,
that's-
you didn't make fun of him.
that's
Good
me.
job, LeRon. Proud of you.
Why would I make?
I don't know.
See, this is. I don't. I say one bad thing about Nintendo in
One.
a house full. Oh, okay.
One.
Maybe 7. In a
Tonight.
house full of Nintendo people, and it's like what's that thing it's like how they try to justify someone's being gay. You sleep with 99 women and it's fine, but you sleep with that one guy and you're gay. That's basically how it is.
You're 1% gay, right? 99?
That's how that works.
It's math. It's just simple math.
Yeah,
Also,
so-
Stephanie's frozen. She's probably going to disappear in about 5 seconds.
No, can you hear me though?
Yeah, we
Yeah,
can
we
hear
can-
you.
yeah, we
Your,
hear you.
your face is
I
just...
see my frozen face, and it's
You're either gonna throw up or kiss someone.
Yeah, this is
Yeah,
an incriminating
exactly.
or
facial...
throw up after kissing someone.
Can't...
Lovely
We'll save
visuals
that for
here.
after dark, I guess.
Anyway, that was lovely, Aaron.
Yeah.
And I really,
Yeah.
that's a great bachelor's that you got yourself set out for, and the fact that you've done some time. That was bad wording. Done some time with Nintendo. It'll be on your resume,
Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah, it's cool. I hope you get to that point again where you get to do that and do
Yeah.
something you love within the gaming industry, because that's cool.
Yeah.
And
that's
don't
amazing.
forget about us.
Yeah.
Exactly.
When you're
will.
famous, okay, and you're directing Pokemon Righteous Ruby and I don't know. I don't know. Put me in the game as an NPC. I want a
I
Charizard.
wish.
So, I serious question, man. You couldn't have got me an OLED on your way out the door?
Ah, I got you.
Yeah, I could have gotten you a discount, but too late.
Too late now, LeRon. Don't worry, LeRon. I got one.
I swear, this Boss Rush community love. I swear, why did I even sign on with you guys?
They also added the Nintendo 64 controllers to the employee store yesterday.
Wow.
I know.
I still can't get one.
I know, I can't either. I didn't even get the NES or the SNES ones. Here you go, LeRon. You can see mine if you want.
Look at that shiny reflection.
Oh, yeah.
You know what? So I was in Target the other day, and they have the OLED Switch on display next to the regular Switch, and I hate my life right now because I was like, no, I don't need an OLED right now. I'll deal with it until my current Switch finally kicks the bucket or whatever. I mean, me and my doc, we have a war of wills right now, because some days the doc just doesn't want to work, and it's like, okay, fine, I'll play the game in portable mode.
Mhm.
And then other days it's like, oh yeah, I'm working just fine. Yeah, have your full resolution on your television today.
Well, LeRon, like, it's funny that you mentioned that because I ultimately decided against pre-ordering the OLED in the beginning because I'm like, I can't justify it. I have a Switch that works. I'll just get it when it breaks. But now I'm afraid it's going to break now when I cannot obtain the OLED because every time I fire up my Switch, before I even start a game, it sounds like it's an airplane taking off. It's like...
That's what mine sounds like, and that's why I got this. Now I leave it.
How
Like,
long
even
you had your Switch?
It's for day one.
Oh, it's a day one? Okay, yeah. I got mine 3 Thanksgivings ago now.
Oh. Yeah, mine's a day one also, and it's just, man, it just sounds like
Yeah,
I don't know.
I have the ones that are still you're still able to jailbreak because like the ones before that no dice.
It's fine. It's okay.
I'm not in a hurry to jailbreak it. When I get my OLED, I might jailbreak it, but
Good luck. Miyamoto will be knocking on your door.
With his army of Pikmin.
Yeah, I was gonna say he's gonna throw his Pikmin at you.
As long as he doesn't show up in the cat suit from Mario 3D World, I'm fine. Because
I hope so.
If he shows up in that, he's getting punched in the face.
I hope so. And Onuma shows up in the penguin suit. Oh man, it'd be awesome.
Or how about if Miyamoto shows up in a Tingle suit?
Oh,
yeah.
Oh, okay. See, like,
Isn't he's the one who Tingle was modeled after?
I thought it was somebody else.
Oh, crap. No, my Zelda shame is showing.
I thought it was somebody else.
But I know they modeled it after an employee. All right, I'm
Yeah.
going to do some research while we continue.
All of that Zelda stuff behind you is just for show.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw this shield. It was cool, so I bought it.
And the sword and all the books.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Man.
Who is Tingle based on? Taka Imamura, a game designer. Okay.
Yes, that's what I was gonna say.
Totally.
Yeah. Because
The only
we're all
time
experts here.
The only time I actually liked Tingle was when his first appearance was in the Four Swords Adventures for GameCube, right?
No,
it?
he's in
I thought it was
Wind Waker.
Majora's Mask.
Yeah, he's in Majora's Mask and Wind Waker.
Okay. See, that's why I don't realize that because I did not like the Nintendo 64 Zelda games.
Well, Nintendo 64 doesn't like you.
I'm just putting it out there. I mean,
All right, we need to move on before I get enraged.
I know.
What? What?
All right. Before Stephanie murders LeRon, this is the Boss Rush Podcast, the flagship show of the Boss Rush Network, where each and every week we get together with our friends from around the internet to talk about everything we love about games, movies, and more. You can catch the Boss Rush Podcast every Wednesday night live on twitch.tv/Boss Rush Network or on YouTube and podcast services every Monday morning. Follow us on all social media platforms at Boss Rush Network. Join our Discord or Facebook group and find all of our shows and content on bossrush.net. Announcement. I think I made it last week, but all of our merch is available in the store now. I think last week it was all still trying to be approved, but it's all there. Get your stickers, get your mugs, get your shirts, get your sleeveless LeRon champion shirts. I don't know.
Yep, I'm getting every single tank top that the Boss Rush umbrella has. Every single one.
Various designs. We've got Arsenal X, Crossroads, Nintendo Power Block minus the full word Nintendo.
Yeah.
And Corey is hand stitching every single thing.
Yes, I am. My fingers I'm working tirelessly. That's why you can't see them now. I'm actually stitching a shirt right now.
I'll tell you this though. Like if we get a hot pink After Dark tank top, it's mine. I'm rocking that.
Hey, LeRon, what if I told you there are 3 versions of the After Dark tank top?
Oh, there are.
There's black with pink, navy blue with pink, and then pink with navy blue lettering.
Because I have that skin tone that pink just loves. I'm doing this.
Do any of them glow in the dark?
My skin glows in the dark because I'm the opposite color of LeRon. So I'm like, that scene in Space Jam where Michael Jordan tries to convince Bill Murray that Larry Bird is white, and Bill Murray's like, Larry's not white, Larry's clear. That's me. Except I'm not Larry Bird, because, who is? Let's be honest. All right, where are we at? Oh, I just read housekeeping, store stuff. I guess we can get into what we've been playing, watching, or doing with our lives. Aaron, you're our esteemed guest. You get to go first.
Well, I kind of already said what I was doing. But
you didn't say what you were playing.
What I was playing. What am I playing? Oh, last night I was playing Smash Brothers.
Who's your main?
Playing my main. I don't know that I have a main. I kind of just am good with everyone. But I think my go-to is Pikachu.
Yes. Me too.
Or Rosalina.
Mm-hmm.
I know she can be annoying for a lot of people. I've been playing Brilliant Diamond. That's been fun. I'm stuck at Victory Road because that's always a struggle. That's it, really. Going to school, doing homework, avoiding homework.
Fun.
Yeah.
How do you like the Pokemon remakes? Are they good, bad? I've heard a lot of different opinions.
Well, okay, so I sold my soul to Pokemon in 1998.
That's fair.
So I'm forced to like everything. I feel like they're very faithful. I mean, they said they were faithful remakes, but I honestly feel like they are. They're a good entry point for someone who's wanting to get into like classic Pokemon. But there are a lot of glitches right now, if any of you have seen. There's let's see. You can glitch out of bounds to get to one of the mythical Pokemon. You can duplicate Pokemon several different ways, and that also includes items. And then a couple days ago, I saw a video about evolving non-shiny Pokemon into shiny Pokemon.
Ooh.
So that's fun. It's very complicated and very involved. I doubt that I'd be able to even attempt.
Okay.
Oh, well, I really hope, really hope that Pokemon Red, Blue, Yellow, Gold, Silver, any of those like really early generations will show up on the expansion pack. Yeah, expansion pack. Sorry, can't talk. Because that's what I really grew up on. And I'll be honest with you, I've missed out on the more recent generations. And, I think Red and Blue have been the games that I've spent the most hours on probably in my entire life.
Yeah, Diamond on DS was probably my most played Pokemon game. I played that game. It didn't break, but until it broke. I spent most of my time breeding Pokemon. I think I had over 600 hours, which, I don't know. If you look at my Animal Crossing save, that's like nothing.
Fun. Well, Stephanie, I guess it's your turn.
So the games themselves haven't changed, but I'm excited to tell everybody that I've made progress with Metroid Dread. I'm literally about to take on the final boss, Ravenbeak.
Ooh.
Oh, awesome.
But I can't seem to know how to get there, because once you get that power bomb or the last bomb upgrade, you need to blow something up to be able to get up to the place in the sky wherever he is. And I can't find it because I'm stupid like that.
I can't remember. I can't remember because I am now on my second playthrough of Metroid, and I've already gotten lost.
Wow.
Yeah, like I don't understand it. Like I've literally ran through every zone that I can go through, and I'm like,
Looks like Metroid Dread can still stump LeRon even after his first playthrough. No, but it's I'm really, once I had a very hard time with some of the bosses. Like one of them was it's just like an X, but it took form of 3 forms of just a monster, and like a crab-like thing, and then it gets bigger and bigger. And what you have to do in order to defeat the boss, you need to like jump and flash shift to the other side of the arena and shoot its backside. But the problem is I couldn't do the jumps correctly, so I would always hit the monster and then get cornered and get smashed in 3 hits. I'm dead. So I would just get so frustrated. But once I defeated him, it was just, it was so great. I think all the Emmys are now taken care of. The one that was the biggest pain was the purple Emmy, the one that could detect your move immediately with the electric.
And was shooting you with the freaking wave beam. Oh
yep,
yeah.
Hated that. No, hated it. So
yeah, like he was shooting your ass through the fucking walls. I was like, God damn it.
So yeah, I'm almost there. So hopefully by the next time we meet up next week, I will have completed Metroid Dread.
Awesome.
Other than that, just playing Aliens Fireteam Elite with Lasby, which, Corey, you said that it's coming to Game Pass.
It is on December 14th.
We expect you to be joining us.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'll be in there too.
Console, PC, and cloud. So
Perfect.
I will.
Wait. Crossplay.
Yep,
it's not
crossplay.
Crossplay with what? PC?
It'll be crossplay through PC Game Pass and Xbox Game Pass, but not PlayStation.
Of course not.
Well, PlayStation wants you to pay them to do crossplay, and it's probably not in the budget.
Hey, Sony needs that infrastructure too. Come on now.
Sony needs to.
Dude, don't go there. Don't go there.
Anyway, when you guys get it on Game Pass, join Lasby and I, and let's go kill some aliens.
Yeah. Even though I have no idea what's happening, that's okay.
It's all right. David just taught me everything. That guy has so much patience. I kept like getting killed the first couple missions. He's like, it's okay. We'll go again.
I'll probably die. It's okay. Is it first person or third person?
Third person.
Third person.
Great. I'll whip out my Gears of War skills.
Mm-hmm.
Great.
That's about it.
Cool. LeRon, what are you playing? Watching?
Okay.
Doing?
All right. So watching. I'm still digging into Cowboy Bebop. I'll probably be finished by the end of the week with Cowboy Bebop.
I am also watching Cowboy Bebop.
So question, because remember last week I said how the fight scenes are terribly choreographed.
Yes.
You also get that?
I want to say if they were faster, they might not be as bad, but they're so deliberately slow. There's a one scene where what is happening? Why did inviting people pop up on my screen? Oh my gosh, I did it again. Stop. There's this one scene where Spike is like doing the double punch thing on this guy, but it just looks like he's just like tapping him like one of these things.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, and it's just like
it's like, come on, man.
Hit him. My daughter punches harder than this. Like, come on. She's 3.
Exactly.
So, I mean, I really like the aesthetic. I really like the style of the show. Mm-hmm. I don't know I don't know anything about the source material. Okay, I've never watched the anime. I've never watched the anime. Never read the manga or whatever. Mm-hmm. It feels like a stylized anime version of Firefly. Is what it feels like. Yeah,
it's one of the 3 space westerns of the late 90s.
Yeah. I like it. I wouldn't say I love it, but I'm intrigued enough in the story to keep going. Mm-hmm. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
I really like Spike. I really like the black guy. I forget his name.
Jet.
Jet. I don't know why I keep forgetting his name. I really like their dynamic. I like the older black lady at the bar who just kind of like,
yes,
she's awesome. I want more of her. Like when she just walks in her like office thing and Spike is just sitting there.
I keep forgetting her name. Is her name Lydia? I
think it's Lydia.
Lydia or Nora?
It's not Nora. It's and then like there's this really cool scene where Spike is trying to snipe Vicious in the limousine, and the glass is bulletproof, and you just see like a little piece of the glass break off and hit Vicious in the face. Like that whole scene was really cool.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's something really appealing about the show. I just wish it was better.
Right. Yeah.
You know.
You should watch the anime.
True. That. Yeah.
I mean, the
100%.
last anime I watched was the first season of the original Pokemon show. So I mean,
Okay, well, we need to convert you.
that's what people keep saying. They keep saying you need to watch this anime. You need to watch this anime. You need to, read the subtitles and not listen to it dubbed. I'm like,
Yep.
let's slow down. Let's start somewhere, and then we'll work our way up to reading on the TV. Okay. So, anyways, continue, LeRon. I wanted to have that conversation about Cowboy Bebop because it's.
I'm looking it up. I can't find her in the cast, like the black lady.
Yeah. I really like it. I want to like it. Like, I like it more than the quality of the show, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Which I had that same feeling for Firefly as well. I was like, man, I really want Firefly to be better, but I really like the idea of this show. So I'm going to keep watching. And then it ended.
I've also been playing catch up on the show, and I hope my best friend isn't watching this tonight because he and I started watching this show together, and then like we can't ever seem to finish the show, so I'm cheating on him right now because I'm playing catch up on that show Quantico. Remember that show?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like I'm on the final season for the show because it got canceled in the third season. So I'm on season 3 right now, and yeah, like I've horribly cheated on it because I've already seen the finale of season 2, and I'm halfway through season 3 right now. And as far as games I've been playing, like I'm still playing some of the same stuff that I've already talked about on previous shows. Like I'm back on Tales of Arise. You guys already heard that I'm on second run of Metroid Dread. But over the weekend, the boyfriend and I, we were playing a whole bunch of Mario games on the Switch over the weekend.
What?
Yep, I was playing some Mario Maker 2.
Man.
I was playing Super Mario Deluxe U. Is that? Yeah.
It's New Super Mario Brothers U Deluxe for Nintendo Switch.
Why is Nintendo giving us the middle finger with these freaking names? It's just like that whole naming scheme debacle with the Game Boy Advance ones. Like it was Super Mario Advance or Super Mario 2.
You could just say NSMBU.
Hmm?
You just say NSMBUD.
Yeah,
New Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe.
That sounds like an invitation to get tongue tied. That really does.
I mean, you can make it whatever you want.
Now, yeah. So with the Mario Maker 2, like he showed me where people create like whole games, and so I was playing this one game that at certain points it seemed easy. Because dude built whole worlds and stuff. And I was having a freaking blast on that, and then and then the boyfriend found out that I'm kind of a completionist when we started playing Super Mario U, because every time I complete a stage, if I missed one of the star coins, I immediately went back and jumped right back in the stage. Yeah, I had fun. I had fun playing it. Like I love the acorn suit. I love that acorn suit.
I find there's always like one dominant suit in a Mario game where you have like if you have that suit, it just makes the game infinitely easier. Mm-hmm. And in this game, it's the acorn suit. It's the squirrel suit, right? And like, yeah, okay, the fire flower's fine, but like, in the penguin suit is whatever. But like, any of the suits that allow you to glide or fly, yeah, like, just make the game infinitely easier and better.
Yeah.
So, it reminds me a lot of the Tanuki suit, or not the Tanuki suit, but just like the raccoon tail in Mario 3.
Yeah, and that's actually what I was getting vibes of. I was like, man, this is like the raccoon tail meets the feather. I was getting that. And I was like, man, like this it was cool. Like I felt like a big ass kid playing that game. Mm-hmm. So yeah. Once again, Nintendo's giving me feels. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, no, I jumped back on Monster Hunter World because two of the two expansions are leaving. Actually, they will be gone tomorrow when the game does a daily update. The Monster Hunter movie content is going away, so you get a chance to actually play as Mila Jovovich character for two missions, and you wind up getting basically her outfit and her armor from the movie, and it has like I haven't checked the stats, but it's supposed to have some pretty unique stats in it. And then the Assassin's Creed crossover content is going away tomorrow too. So if you guys play Monster Hunter World and Iceborne, like definitely go in there and check those out. If you're listening live, because by the time this show actually goes in post and is up on the website, they will be gone. So if you're listening right now tonight, and you're a Monster Hunter World player, go play those two missions because they're going away. Like you definitely want to play the Assassin's Creed one because like that gives you a mantle that basically allows you to run around like complete stealth on the map while it's on, and you move faster while it's on, and when you do a surprise hit with the mantle on, it's supposed to give like a 200% like boost on the initial hit. So it's the quest is called SDF, Silent, Deadly, and Fierce. That's the name of it. And you're in the arena fighting. I know because I played it a long time ago, so I didn't play it recently. I know you're fighting this giant Tyrannosaurus called the Devil Joe. But I think there's also a second monster in there as well. So yeah, just note that. And then the Monster Hunter. The Monster Hunter movie quest. First mission, you're fighting against Diablos, which if you guys have watched the movie, that's basically the bull wyvern that's burrowing under the sand and going after everybody. And then the second mission, of course, is Rathalos, and they're all like super huge.
Of course, yeah, of course. I understood all those words you just said. As a Monster Hunter player myself, LeRon.
Oh, don't worry, you're about to learn them because we're about to start this series.
Oh, man.
Yep, that's it. And I'm just waiting because tonight's like basically new episode everything night. Like Hawkeye's new episodes tonight. Star Trek Discovery's next episodes tonight. Young Justice's next episodes tonight. So basically, I get up tomorrow morning before I go to work and watch a whole bunch of new TV.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna watch Hawkeye after we record and get some work done that I need to do. So, I guess for me, I've been playing Halo Infinite's multiplayer, which is still very fun. Still very, Fiesta is over. I'm very not upset about that. They did a big event, I think it was called Fractured, and it's just like a 30 level battle pass for two weeks. It's like a big event, and the game mode was Fiesta, which just gives every time you respawn, you get 2 random weapons from the game. You could get a pistol and a plasma gun, or you could get the rocket launcher and the gravity hammer. It's like it doesn't matter. It just randomizes the weapons, and it's I like the mode because it forces you to learn how to use the other weapons, even ones that you don't like, and it can really be fun if you are playing on the right maps. I like the grapple. I really like the grapple in Halo. It really feels like a natural progression for the series, even though like grappling hooks have been in like Doom at this point, and I mean there's games centered around grappling hooks at this point now, but I don't know, it just feels like a really natural thing to add to Halo for some reason, and like being able to grapple up to the Banshees and like kick the pilot out and drop and fly away with it is really satisfying. Being able to grapple weapons towards you as well. So like if you see the gravity hammer on the floor and somebody's running after it, you can, if you aim correctly, you can grapple it back to you and then hit them with it and murder them. Just makes them extra sad. It's awesome. So it's fun. I don't really have much more to say about it quite yet. I'm very excited for the campaign, which launches next week. Little Far Cry action in your Halo. So
Awesome.
But the one game I've been playing a lot of, and by a lot I mean I've already played about 3 hours since last week, is Tales of Arise. Is a very it's a very Japanese action RPG. It's fetch quests and story driven, and both main characters have amnesia. It's like, man, it's just like you want a lot of tropes in here. Here they are. Two split regions that are fighting a war against each other. One of them are the slaves uprising against the regal people, and your mission is to take down all the lords of the region and overthrow the lords. And your main character has an iron. Your name is Iron Mask because you have a mask on, and nobody knows what you look like until partway through the game. Even though you can buy costumes right now that remove the mask, and well, the story just kind of continues like you're still wearing the mask, and it's really funny. It also very Japanese is that you can buy like, how a lot of Japanese games have the bathing suit and the swimsuit sets, so you can wear a Speedo and a skimpy bikini in your for your main characters. So that pack is $14.99. You get 3 of each.
Bought it? Did you buy it?
No, I did not. I should though. Just kidding. But it's
for someone who doesn't watch anime, that's a very anime game.
I know.
Yeah.
I know. That's why people keep telling me that I would like anime, because I play a lot of games that are like anime-ish, and just like
you were playing Monster Hunter Stories. Like that's like an epitome of an anime.
Yeah,
game.
Monster Hunter Stories was awesome.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
I really wish they would re-release the first game for the Switch.
I bet they do. I bet they do. I bet they will next year. I bet I'm serious. I bet with how well that game sold, I bet they re-release the first one as like the Ultimate Edition, and they add like 3 new missions, and they'll charge $60 for it.
Man, Capcom had a wonderful year thanks to Monster Hunter this year.
Yeah, and Resident Evil.
Mm-hmm.
2.5 huge hits for
them. Man, I heard the Resident Evil VR or Resident Evil 4 VR sales are off the charts.
Yeah.
Wow.
Like it's more than what they anticipated.
Yeah, it's almost like I think what they say, like an 80% attach rate to the Oculus 2 or whatever, Quest 2.
Yeah.
Which is crazy.
That's insane.
Yeah.
It's like, man, y'all don't get tired of playing the same damn game, do y'all?
No. It's
Now, Stoy was talking to us about that last night, and he said some of the mechanics in the game are really interesting because basically, like parts like if you think about how like a soldier is dressed, like they have their combat knife in a certain place, other things and stuff like that. Like basically your arm motions and stuff, like you can grab like a new weapon or herbs and stuff like that. So like it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
He said he was disappointed though, because like when the Ganado comes at you with the buzzsaw and takes your head off, like you're like like the vision doesn't go sideways, like your head, like if your head was flopped on the side of your body.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he said that doesn't happen.
Darn. So that's kind of all I've been playing. I've been wanting to get back to Guardians. There's too many games to play right now. I'm playing like 6 different games at this point. Playing Monster Hunter Rise, still trying to finish Metroid Dread, Guardians, Forza, Halo, and Tales. And it's like I should finish these small games first before I start, playing these huge games. Plus, next week the big Destiny Bungie 30th anniversary event starts. And they haven't announced the last set of armor and weapons that they're adding to the game. And all signs are pointing to Halo since it starts the day after Halo comes out. So you're going to be able to play as Master Chief in Destiny, apparently.
Wow.
So.
But I agree with you. I'm shocked how large my backlog is. And honestly, this year, it was a decent year for games, but 2022 is stacked. I know. Screwed.
I know. Yeah, I'm like scared already. I'm like, man, I need a year where they just don't release any games. You know, just let me play some games.
Well, the biggest release of the year is coming out this week.
Biggest release of the year. What?
Elden Ring.
Big Brain Academy.
Oh, Big Brain.
Ah,
I was like, what's coming out this week? What did I miss? Neil Patrick
And I
Harris
started
is
to
in
panic.
that commercial. It's a good commercial. So, Nintendo's been doing this thing where they get celebrities to play their games. It was Christina Aguilera. It was Neil Patrick Harris. Then it was Jessica Alba.
Yeah.
Of course, she was playing a dancing game, which
Didn't it all start with Beyonce playing freaking what was that one
DS?
game?
Yeah, yeah, I remember that.
I don't know what she was playing. She was very happy
Probably
playing
Rhythm
it,
Heaven,
so.
Rhythm Heaven. Like
Was
I
it?
mean, she annihilated that DS Lite.
I think it was a color that like didn't even come out too. Wasn't it like a weird?
Yeah, it was like a
Don't-
chocolate brown color or something like that.
I don't remember. It was like some weird color that never even came out. That's what you get when you're Beyonce. You get special DSs. And that was before Jay-Z. God, her Switch is probably gold plated.
No, that was before he put a ring on it. That was when they were dating.
Whatever, you know. I don't follow Beyonce. Okay, I just know she plays a Nintendo DS. Still, probably that one game still plays it. But I watched something this weekend that I thought was fun, and then I watched Hawkeye's pretty good. I watched Red Notice on Netflix.
I have yet to watch that.
I didn't finish watching it, but I need to finish it. It started off pretty funny and strong.
Yeah.
Did you like it?
I did. It's real. It's exactly what you think it is. It's The Rock and Ryan Reynolds and being The Rock and Ryan Reynolds in a
Ryan Reynolds.
heist movie. So, but yeah,
Gotcha.
it's fun, and I don't know. It's like one of those background movies. If you're like doing something and throw it on, it's like, haha, that was funny because The Rock is large and he breaks everything, and Ryan Reynolds makes fun of him and is
and
good looking,
getting their ass whipped by Gal Gadot.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's kind of all we've been doing. Why don't we get into some topics? Aaron, you're going to go first because you're our guest. That's the rule.
So it doesn't have to be gaming related, right?
Nope. It can be
Okay,
whatever
cool.
you want.
Okay, because I had two potential ones. So assuming that we've all worked in a customer service focused position,
Oh, yes.
and it's that time of the year where people get wild about purchases. I would like to hear your craziest experience dealing with a customer.
Oh,
I haven't had crazy. I
You worked at GameStop and you didn't have crazy experiences?
for real. Like
Or maybe just like an experience with someone that just like made you facepalm.
I'm thinking. You guys go.
So, okay, so I wasn't working, but I was in a GameStop, and some, like, grandma was like, this was well into, like, the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One generation, and she brought, I was in there looking for something, I can't remember what I was looking for, but she brought in a stack of, like, PlayStation 2 games to trade in. And they said, and GameStop said they couldn't take them. And she's like, and she started arguing with them and said that she paid like $50 a piece for them for her grandson. And he said, well, this is how it works. Like, it's two generations. Like, he was trying to explain it to her in like you clearly don't know what I'm saying, but I'm trying to explain it to you anyway type of way. And dude, she threw one of the games at him and left him. She left him on the counter and left. And I was like, "Oh my god, that lady's crazy. I hope she really leaves." And then she like stormed back in and grabbed the games and like asked the guy for the one that she threw at him back, and he like handed it back to her. But he was like really scared of her, and I was like, "Man, dude, that lady, She's scary. She's like, this is wrong. This is illegal or whatever. And she was like, it was funny. It was kind of funny.
Good old Karens and GameStop.
Let's see. So my retail experience would be at a retail pharmacy, company name redacted.
Name redacted.
There are plenty of instances, but I'll just like pick one because there are just so many. I had, graduated, probably been a licensed pharmacist for a year, and I was working in my home store. And this guy comes to the pharmacist consultation booth, and he said, I would like to speak to the pharmacist. So I go over there, and I say, hi, sir, how can I help you? He goes, yeah, I want to speak to the pharmacist. I said, I'm the pharmacist, sir. And he just started laughing in front of my face. Started laughing at me. I'm like, what's the deal? He's like, oh, I usually only deal with the guy here. I'm like, well, there are females here that are pharmacists as well. He goes, okay. So then I was already kind of pissed off at him anyway. And he like hoists his leg up, props it on the table, proceeds to take his shoe off, his sock off.
What?
And like is like pointing at, I don't even want to describe what I saw in his foot. It's like, I want you to tell me what you think this is and like what medication I could use to put on my foot. And I'm like, can you please put your shoe back on, sir? I cannot diagnose you. If you know what the diagnosis is, I can help you, but I cannot diagnose that. You need to see a doctor. He goes, see, I should have spoken to that male pharmacist. I'm like, okay. So I just like ran down the aisle. I just picked up some like Lotrimin or something like, here, just take this, call your doctor in the morning. I don't know what else to tell you.
What was on his toe?
It was just a lot of,
She's not a doctor, Corey.
it was just a lot of extra.
No, pharmacists are doctors. She's just not that type of doctor.
Right.
Yeah. Well, there's a lot of liability there. There was just a lot of liquids on his extremity.
Oh my God.
Just leave it at that.
Don't. I regret.
Oh my
asking.
God. Oh my
really
God.
regret
I am
asking
no
that
longer.
question.
I am no longer interested in eating these gummy savers now.
Hey, Corey asked, I answered.
I know. I just opened some gummies, and now I don't know if I want to eat them or not.
It's your damn fault, man.
I know it is. I'm sorry. I was interested, and now I'm not.
I'm sitting here waiting.
I'll tell you more. That's not as gross.
Oh, thank God.
I did an overnight shift in a pretty rough town in the state. It's a pretty rough town, but it actually was one of my favorite places to work because the overnight crew is so chill and relaxed. And there's like this. The store was legendary. The other overnight pharmacist was legendarily known for carrying a lead pipe into work every night that he worked. No one really knew if he did. It was in this bag, and they're like, oh, that's the pharmacist with the lead pipe. Some say long ago that someone tried to rob him, and he chased the guy out of the store and beat the crap out of. So anyway, it's a fun store. It's just, I don't know. And one night, this I'm just going to skip describing what this person looked like, came in and wanted to buy syringes. And in this, I don't know if it's a state thing, but in the state of Massachusetts, as long as they present an ID, you can sell them a pack of syringes, but they just need to show proof of ID, which is fine, whatever. And so the person comes up and says, I want to buy a pack of syringes. I'm like, okay, what kind? I just need to see your ID. And he's like, I don't have an ID on me. I'm like, all right, I have absolutely no problem selling you this, but I just need to do it. It's just like, it's regulatory. I have to. And like, I'm just telling you, I don't have an ID. Can you just sell it to me? I said, I'm sorry, I really can't. Like, even if you just go outside and just find someone that will be purchasing it next to you with an ID, like, I just need an ID. And he's like, oh, never mind. And I'm like, have a good night. He's like, no, you ruined it. And he stretched out his arms and ran down the aisle and knocked over every single, not every single,
no.
but all
Well,
of
well, based off of his reaction, I have an idea of what he wanted the syringes for now.
Oh, he returned 5 minutes later with a complete stranger, and that stranger showed his ID, and I just was like, here, take it. Just go, please.
It definitely wasn't for insulin, I'll tell you that.
And yeah, we had to clean all that up. It's like, thanks, man. Really appreciate it.
All right, so my story is nowhere as crazy as that one, but it's one of those I'm surprised I did not get fired type of stories. So this is back when I was assistant manager at GameStop. Like I opened the store on a Sunday morning, and the store I was working at, Sunday is one of the roughest days to work at. In all seriousness, so I'm in there, and usually what happens is on Sundays, typically the opener doesn't get someone to come in until right after. I want to say like 2 or 3 hours into the shift. So I'm in there by myself, and for whatever reason, people didn't want to go to church that morning. They wanted to come to GameStop, and it wasn't even like a new release day on a Sunday or whatnot. But everybody was in there, and stuff like that. There's one guy, and his kid comes in, and yeah, it was a bunch of PS2 games that they were trying to trade in and stuff like that. Trying to get trade-ins for cash. Now, if I'm not sure if the cash trade-in policy has changed for GameStop, but back then you got 20% less than what you would have got for your normal trade-in. I'm not sure if that's changed at this point.
It's the same as credit now.
What?
Yeah. I think if you're a pro member though, you only get the rate that a normal person would get, but it is the same as of like 2 or 3 months ago when I was there.
Okay, all right, good to know. I mean, I don't trade my games in anymore, but anyway, so this guy comes in and he comes in with like one of those Glad trash bags, full of games and stuff, right?
Oh my gosh.
His kid is maybe all of like 11 years old, so. I'm already making a rationalization in my head that the kids games, so I'm already under the suspicion that like the games are going to be in less than usual state. So like not only he's not going to get full credit for it, but like some of them are not going to be able to get taken in at all. So as I'm looking, I decided to do myself a favor before I even started scanning them. Like I decided to like open them up. First of all, you want to open them up, make sure the game's in there first of all, but you also want to check the condition of the disc and everything like that. Like PS2 discs are not like the Blu-ray discs that we have now, where like you can basically take a razor blade to them and they won't scratch. So yeah, every single one was a nightmare. So first thing I did was I told the guy across the counter, I was like, hey, like, just let you know, like, depending on what's going on, if I can take these on trade in, like, you're not going to get full value for them. And he's like, what do you mean by full value? Like, typically, and I told him, like, usually, like, full value, like, you get 40% less than what they would have been worth at on a regular trade in. And he's like, okay, well, go ahead and ring them and do them up. Now, you guys think I am joking, right? But I scanned over 40 games. Do you want to take a hint at how much credit he was going to get? Well, no, he wanted cash, so he was going to get less. But do you want to take a hint at how much he was going to get back?
$20.
A little bit lower.
$5.
$8?
No. Okay, not that low. It's still double. It's double digits.
Oh, 15.
14.
$16.
Oh, I won.
$16. All right, so I tell this guy, and at this point, because I've scanned 40 some odd games and everything, right? Like the line I already had has actually gotten longer because of this guy now, right? And so the first thing he's like, "Are you kidding me?" I was like, "No," and then he's like, "Can you do them again?" I'm like, "No, I'm not going to do them again. It's not going to change because I'm good." He's like, "Well, what are you doing? Are you trying to rip me off?" I'm like, "No, I already told you. The games are in bad shape, which means you cannot get full credit for them. And besides, like." You've literally got sports games here from like 5 years ago. I was like, so for every Grand Theft Auto 3 you brought in here, like one Madden, whatever year it is, just killed that trading value. So the dude was like, you know what? I don't have to take this bullshit. And he grabs all his stuff off the counter, throws it back in the bag, and takes out the store. Him and the kid walk out. Like, I'm handling the next customer, like the guy that was right behind him. He comes back in, moves that guy out the way, and is like, "I'll take the $16." And I was like, "What are you doing?" I was like, "First of all, you need to get back in line." He had a rational moment, and he actually got back in line. which I was like, oh my god, I'm gonna go through this bullshit again because I didn't suspend that transaction.
Oh no!
I didn't. He walked out the door, so I closed the transaction and killed it. Right. All the time he's waiting in the line because the line got long because of him. All the time he's waiting in the line, he's sitting up there. He's basically muttering under his breath, like he's causing disturbance and stuff. One of the customers in the line is like, "Hey, are you okay, dude? Like, just like you'll get your turn in the line."
Nice.
He comes back up. And at this point, like some of the people who were in line, like that were watching his shenanigans, they decide to stay in the store to see what happens.
Oh, I would have too.
Yeah. So as soon as he puts the games up on the counter and everything, the first thing I asked him, I was like, are you sure you want to go through this? Because I remember what the amount is. I have to scan them all back in and everything. He's like, yeah, just do it, man. But he was actually starting to curse at me at that point. And I'm sitting there like, man, it's Sunday morning. It's not even noon yet. I got somebody in here cursing at me and stuff like this, and this is just not gonna be my day. So I scanned those 40 some odd games again. I told him before I scanned them what he was going to get, and that was the same value that it was the first time. And so when I scanned him in again, I tell him his value. He decides at that point that he's just gonna start like really like yelling and cursing and screaming and everything. And it was one of those situations where I was like, you know what? I've had enough. I just got all. I started like just going back at him, like I was cursing at him, like blood pressure was up. I got foamy mouth and everything. Like it just he just like brought it out of me and everything, right? And he's like, you can't talk to me like that. I'm like, why the F not? You're talking to me like that, and mother effer. And I laid into him right in front of his 11-year-old kid too. Stuff like that. He's like, well, I want a number to call somebody. I pulled out a piece of paper. I put my district manager's first and last name on the paper with his direct phone number. I didn't even give him the actual GameStop number to call. I gave him his direct number. I was like, here you go. That's my boss. Call him if you have any problems with how I've conducted myself today. Give this man a call. He will take care of you. And then he was like, "Are you kidding me?" I was like, "Get the fuck out of my store."
Oh yes.
Dude got his shit. He left. And as soon as he walked out the door, like people were looking like they were like, "Whoa," stuff like that. As soon as they saw him get across the street to get into his car, everyone started clapping. So yeah, and I literally sat there in that store for a week. Like I came back for all my shifts. I was like, I'm getting fired. My store manager came in on because my store manager opened on Monday and I came in to close. And I was like, hey, have you heard anything from? First, I was like, you heard anything from the district manager? He's like, no. I was like, did you watch the tape from yesterday? He's like, no. Do I need to watch the tape from yesterday? I was like, well, if you haven't watched the tape yet, just so you know, I went slam the fuck off on somebody yesterday in the store. And he's like, you did what? and so I told him the story, and he's like, okay. We're just going to wait and see what happens. Obviously, like, I managed to keep my job and get promoted and everything. That guy never called the district manager and stuff like that. But yeah, for an entire week, I was sweating that I was going to lose my job. And it was going to be one of those horrible terminations where I was not going to get unemployment or anything like that. Yeah. So yeah, that's my crazy ass
story.
Yeah, that's my crazy ass story. I mean, like, shoot, people abuse people in retail and customer service, and you know.
They do. They treat you like garbage, and heaven forbid you do anything to even stick up for yourself. It's like, huh? You can't talk to me like that. I'm like,
yeah. Yeah, and you know, it was funny too because like I said, while this guy was in line bitching and complaining the second time around, like people in the line in front of him was like, "Hey, dude, you need to chill out."
All
yeah.
right,
So there you go.
I guess my turn. You know, I've worked in my first job was at Michael's, and then I went to JCPenney. But like most of my working experience has been in an Amazon warehouse, so that's not really dealing with customers. So I guess I know. Well, I mean, maybe not so lucky because Amazon warehouse.
Oh, true.
Uh, so I guess this past year, like, okay, let's see. So my job, I didn't actually have to directly deal with the consumers that came to us. They they went to the phone or our like chat, and then those people working the phones and on the chat would send all the notes to us, and then we would deal with their thing. So I would get a lot of interesting internal notes just based off of the chat logs and stuff. um, Nothing like too extensive, but I'll give you like three mini ones. So, first one sounded pretty crazy to me. Um, they were asking for a refund because they claimed that an earthquake had shook their Nintendo Switch enough to make a purchase. Yeah. I did not understand that because I mean, you guys have bought stuff on the eShop. You have to scroll down that long page and
Yeah.
press accept and confirm, and then go through another page. An
Several.
earthquake.
Yeah.
Yeah, an earthquake.
So you tell me an earthquake not only pressed buttons for you, but also moved your gyrometer and confirmed your credit card for you.
Yep.
That's one
But-
smart earthquake.
Yeah. So I mean, I went through with it anyway.
Wow.
Oh,
Yeah. Okay. So.
what
and
game
then-
was it? What game was it? I'm
I
curious.
don't know. I have no idea. I have no idea. Second one, I guess it's pretty understandable, but like this person wanted a refund on Stardew Valley because apparently the Junimos and the wizard offended them religiously.
Oh gosh.
They were not a fan of quote unquote magical creatures.
Ooh.
Well,
Those
maybe
magical
they should
creatures. They'll
Yeah.
get you.
And
They'll
then
lead you
there's
down the wrong
always
path.
oh yeah, right. um, there's always those incidents that I would get where people okay, so like you know how Nintendo Switch Online does like automatic renewal if you don't like check it off.
Yep.
So people always forget to do that. Which is understandable because you have to go out of your way for it, I feel like. So I always get incidents where people are complaining about this purchase is unauthorized. I did not want this. You guys are taking money from me. Stuff like that. And there's always that one person that's like, I'm going to take legal action if you do not give me my money back. But when you're going through all those terms and agreements, you're accepting them, and that includes the automatic renewal. So even if they took legal action, we would have won. Yeah.
Yeah, what is it about the whole legal action thing? I'm pretty sure everyone's at least been threatened by legal action by someone in retail.
We were threatened by legal action when I worked at a restaurant. That was fun.
Oh,
Because, I don't know, something they ordered, something was wrong. I don't know. I don't know if they just didn't order it right or what, but they were threatening they were threatening to call the owners and the police of the restaurant because
Whoa.
of man, I wish I could remember what happened. I think they ordered like chicken or something, and they ordered a side of mashed potatoes, and like the chicken was cold and in their mashed potatoes or something. I don't know. It was something like really ridiculous, and then the server like spilled the water on the plate or something. It was like really it was just really a bizarre situation. I don't even remember the entire story. I just remember that, like, okay, well, that was crazy. Restaurants, man.
Yeah.
I won't ever work in another restaurant.
I think the earthquake story takes the cake.
Yeah.
I think
incredible.
Yeah.
That's one of the craziest. That's one of the craziest things I've ever heard of. To try and get a refund.
Yeah. Cool. That was a good topic. Stories are fun.
I love that topic.
I know.
You.
Stories are fun.
Yeah.
Stephanie, we're gonna go your way next. What's your topic?
Okay, just something light, easy breezy, cover girl or whatever the saying is.
You got it.
I want to talk about whether or not you guys like to listen to music or a podcast or anything while you're playing a game, or do you feel like you want to listen to what the game has to say or the music? Because I thought it was pretty standard that you listen to the game's music and whatever, because I don't know, that's just how I do things. But when I listen to other podcasts and stuff, you're like, oh, I play this game while I listen to a podcast, and it blows my mind because maybe I'm a simpleton, but I can't pay attention to both. Like, I actually had Arsenal X on while I was firing up Metroid Dread, and like 2 seconds in, like I couldn't do both. I had to turn one off. And even though Metroid Dread did not, as much as I love the game, it's not like it's very known for its music, like of all things. I just feel like I need to listen and engage myself visually and audibly.
Yeah, I think there's games where you specifically listen to it and play it to be immersed. I think Metroid is one of those games. There's like, I can't tell you the last time I had the sound on playing Destiny. I always am listening to a podcast while I'm playing Destiny by myself. Like, it just, like, I've heard the music and the chats and the text and the characters mumbling to each other 1,000 times. I don't need to hear it again. I would rather listen to something else while I'm doing that, you know? And so, like, yeah, Destiny and even Halo Infinite now is like, well, I'll throw on a podcast while I'm playing some multiplayer matches, because it's just like, I appreciate the music and the sound effects and stuff, but like, I'm just like, I've heard all this 1,000 times. I just, you know, I want to listen to something that's just gonna, you know, unless I'm like playing some super competitive mode with my friends in Destiny or Halo, like there's a podcast on always.
I think it really depends on what kind of game you're playing. If it's something really like story driven and the music has an overall effect of how you're feeling, then I won't have a podcast on. But if it's something mindless and like my hands have muscle memory of what I'm doing, then I will disregard everything that's happening musically in the game and turn on my own music, or, you know, listen to a podcast.
Yeah, I mean, like I'm playing Tales of Arise right now. That's something I would never turn a podcast or music on over. I mean, that game is so story driven, and so just, I want to know I want to be engaged with these characters and the environments and the stories that are happening, and the like the NPCs that are doing little tasks. Like, I don't know, I want to know what the blacksmith is up to, and if he's got, you know, even if he has something new and witty to say to me when he's trying to sell me something, you know, I want to hear that stuff.
Yeah, like, I don't need to listen to the Pokemon battle theme for the millionth time.
It's fair.
I'm one of those people, like, I gotta have the full immersion, so it doesn't matter. Like, I mean, like it doesn't matter if it's a game I played like 1,000,000 hours, like the Monster Hunter games, or if it's something like brand spanking new, like Metroid, for example. Like, I gotta have that full immersion. Like, I gotta be in it. Because for some strange reason, I'm one of those. I know for sure I have squirrel syndrome. You know, where basically the slightest distraction like pulls me right out of it and stuff like that. So yeah, like, I'm one of those people. Like, I gotta have it. And plus, like, you know, like, there aren't that many games that, you know, like, have like ridiculous, like, you know, like music or background noise and stuff like that. So for the most part, I'm pretty good. Now there are some things aside, like whenever I'm playing any of the newer Mario games that feature Yoshi, for example, I usually have to have the volume turned down because Yoshi's one of the more annoying characters with his noises and stuff. I mean, for real, like I'd rather hear Mario like yeah, whoa, whoa, all day than like all the noises that freaking Yoshi makes. It's insane. Like, yeah. So I mean, honestly, like for the most part, like I basically am all about the game, like everything it has to offer and stuff like that. And like, if you look at the production value of games like these days and stuff, like man, like I mean, there's a lot to appreciate about all the games, and I'm one of those people where shoot, I would just sit down, like I would throw like Mega Man 2 into my NES and just sit on the stage just to listen to the music play.
Okay, so it's nice to know that I'm not alone. And speaking of, production value, that was going to be my follow-up question. Like, what would be a game or a franchise where, and it doesn't have to be like the score itself, but just overall music or background that plays such a big role in immersion. And I was thinking, well, the easy answer for me is the Zelda franchise. Anything that's a Zelda game, the music pulls me in. But also Ghost of Tsushima, like just the ambient music, but also just the Eastern instruments that are used in there. And the sound of the wind blowing, the sound pulls me in just as strongly as the visuals do. How about you guys?
I'm putting some thought into this.
Action. I have.
I think your microphone is.
Your mic's cutting in and out.
Oh, there we go.
Are we good?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, Mario Kart 8, because I don't know if you guys are like huge players of that, but
LeRon.
I'll be right back.
Okay.
You're the worst,
So,
LeRon.
I can't remember what it's called, but there's a like a snowy track and it's like Wario themed. I can't remember, but it's like the music, like it's not the same without it, I love that soundtrack so much. I have it physically. I bought it off of eBay. I imported it from Japan. It's my favorite soundtrack. Next to probably honestly Super Mario 3D World. I know how certain people in here feel about that game.
It's the best 3D Mario game.
Yes, I agree. I love it so much.
See, LeRon, I'm not the only one. Buy it.
I did say.
Buy
okay. For a second there, I thought you were trying to say I was negative Nancy about that. No, I want the game.
You said you were waiting on a sale. I just said buy it.
Yeah. I'm just not sure. I'm just not sure if I'm ready to part with $60 for a rehash.
Let's be honest. You spent $60 on worse.
Name one.
I don't know what you do with your money. I'm just saying. I'm sure you have. I'm sure you've regretted $60 from somewhere, whether it's video games or other.
Yeah. It was honestly one of the Metal Gear Solid games. I'm not gonna say which one.
Oh,
is it 5?
No. No. I didn't buy 5 at full price. Let's just say it was part of the Sons of Big Boss storyline. It was one of those games.
3. Peace Walker.
Nope.
The card
It was number
game.
4. It was 4.
Oh, well. I was running out of numbers, so I mean I would have got there eventually.
I regretted spending full price for that game. Like I didn't enjoy it as much as all the other Metal Gear Solid fans did. I didn't enjoy that one.
It's okay.
But also on the topic of Mario, like also Super Mario Galaxy, if you played that with the sound off, it just wouldn't be the same.
You're right. That's a very good example.
This guy is picking all the good ones, like all the ones. He's picking all the Mario games I do not like.
Yes, they are good, Ron.
No,
Super Mario Galaxy made me cry.
Mario Galaxy itself is not a bad game. The problem is that I'm one of those people that get 3D motion sickness playing video games, and that game fucked me up.
Maybe you shouldn't get motion sickness.
I couldn't take 3 stages in World 1. I couldn't. Like it was like, man, like I'm gonna throw up.
Oh,
Yeah, so it's not that Mario Galaxy is a bad game because I've even tried it on the Mario 3D All Stars game, and it's actually a better experience for me this time. I may actually finally play the game and actually get a decent way through. I can't say if I'll ever beat it, but but when it was originally out on the Wii, whew, God, felt like I was gonna faint every time I played it.
Aaron, speaking of, having an actual physical copy of a soundtrack, I think the last time, Symphony of the Goddesses I have, but before that I actually bought and imported the first Kingdom Hearts soundtrack.
Oh yeah,
I found it the other day.
I have a huge collection of video game soundtracks. It's an issue in America not having access to physical releases. So most of the time I would, for example, with Mario Kart 8, I went onto eBay because it was only being given through Club Nintendo Japan. So I had to buy it for $1 million.
Ah. Can we just talk about how good Kingdom Hearts soundtrack is for a second? It's very good.
Yes.
What soundtrack?
Kingdom Hearts.
Kingdom Hearts.
Oh yeah.
I'm trying to think. It's been so long since I played the original Kingdom Hearts game. It's been so long.
2.
I can't remember. The only music I remember from Kingdom Hearts 2 is the freaking Sephiroth battle music. Because God, I got my ass beat by Sephiroth so much.
But technically, that's Final Fantasy VII.
True, but it was the Kingdom Hearts version of his theme song.
Yeah.
Still, Sanctuary is a song. Gets me every time.
Yeah.
So.
Any other gamer franchise?
Me that.
Yeah.
Like music that gets me.
Yeah.
I think every time I hear the song at the end of Twilight Princess when Midna is getting ready to walk back into the mirror, gets me. But it's like the music
crying every time.
Yeah, the music makes that scene. Because there's no voice acting, so you're just kind of staring at these character models and watching them emote. But the music makes that scene, And then when the mirror shatters, spoilers for Twilight Princess, I guess. Sorry.
There's no mirror.
That
16-year-old game.
I've got a few that I can throw out. Xenogears, that soundtrack for the original PS1 game.
It's okay. The run wasn't done. It's fine.
Oh, you weren't done? Oh,
no, you can go. Xenogears, good game. Like it.
I'm sorry, you made it sound like that entry was their last entry.
No, I had one more, but we can keep going. Keep going. Go. You already started. Right. I'll finish.
All right. Chrono Trigger. That soundtrack. Final Fantasy Tactics soundtrack. And just because I love music games so much, actually I love music games, but this technically isn't a music game. The original Tekken Tag Tournament soundtrack.
Definitely not a music game.
Wait one.
Well, while he's fixing his, I'll say mine. I think I said it. I think I said it when Grayson was on that episode.
Go ahead and say your game. I'm having difficulties here.
Thanks, LeRon. I said it when Grayson was on when we were talking about games that really impacted us. But Final Fantasy X, the scene where after they defeat Jecht and Sen, and Tidus realizes he's not going to be around anymore, and he goes to hug Yuna, and she walks through him because he's disappearing, and the music that's playing.
Spoilers.
Oh, it's so good. God, when we talked about it that day, I re-downloaded it on my Switch instantly. Haven't started it, but God, Final Fantasy X, classic.
Tim was a good Final Fantasy game that I never finished.
That was my first one.
9 was my first one, but I played 9 before 10, and then.
God, I feel so old. My first one was the second one on NES. I feel so old.
Well.
Stop.
He's not old. He's distinguished.
Yeah, don't you see all this gray in my beard? Yeah.
Yeah, we see it. We see it. Pretty soon you're going to have to ask people if they're going to see black in your beard because it's going to be so silver. I'm just kidding. I have a ton in mine. It's awful. I feel sad all the time.
You don't have the silver beard thing going on. I have like
It's
the
just
silver
because my hair's not. It's because my
like
hair's
the
not
silver
dark
mutton
enough.
chops. I have the silver mutton chops. It drives me insane. It's like, why? It's like just like disperse yourself throughout the rest of the facial hair here.
I have a few gray hairs on my face, but I just shave it off.
Smart.
What about you, Stephanie?
Well, according to my son, I'm too young to have a beard. He says when I get older, I'll have a beard, though. So I can't. He said, "Don't worry, Mommy, you're not old yet. You'll be old when you have a beard." I'm like, "Oh, okay."
Oh well, looks like you know something about the fountain of youth then, because like I swear, like if you sprout a beard, you better rock it.
You know I will.
Neat.
That was it. Quick and easy.
Well, Corey was about to do the Pai Mei thing from Kill
Yep.
Bill.
I've never seen Kill Bill, so I don't know. What
You
you're
haven't?
talking about.
Oh my god! Oh, you know, funny story, right? Because over at Crossroads in our chat, like I was doing some edits for last night's show, and literally Chris spent 20 minutes talking about Ghostbusters.
Yes.
He spent 20 minutes talking about it, right? So I was sitting here thinking, like, you know, like our what are we playing section is gonna be like, you know, like that segment's so long, and then I got into it. I was like, man, he talked about the movie for like 20 minutes. but anyway, I was like, man, I was just giving him grief. Though I was like, man, like you made the segment over 40 minutes because you had to spend 20 plus minutes talking about Ghostbusters, and he was like, and he said something to the fact that like Ghostbusters is like one of the best. One of the best movies, and then he was like, "Name 10 movies that are better that are better than Ghostbusters." Now this is 10 movies in my opinion. So I just threw them out there. I was like, Aliens, Top Gun, Die Hard, Terminator 2, Raiders of the Lost Ark, Back to the Future, Ferris Bueller's Day Off, Empire Strikes Back, The Thing, Stand By Me.
Wow, you just named like 6 movies I've never seen.
Okay, see, this is the punchline, right, Corey? Because Austin's like, man, that's a good list. He's like, get Corey in here for his opinion, and I was like, where is it? We can't summon Corey. He hasn't seen 1/10 of any of the movies in pop culture.
I know. You know what's funny though is that I listen to a podcast that they do it's like a retro nostalgia podcast, and they talk about is like old stuff that I've never seen or watched, so I like to know about all these things anyway. So it's just like, yeah.
Wait, you haven't seen any of the Star Wars movies?
I have. I'm saying like
the old school Star Wars.
I've seen all the Star Wars movies.
Okay.
Let's see the movies that you listed that I've seen.
Okay, so let me see.
The Star Wars movie. Let's see.
Aliens?
Nope.
Top Gun?
Nope.
Terminator 2?
Nope.
What?
What?
Okay, but in Corey's defense, I also haven't seen any of those.
What is happening?
I don't watch anything.
I know. I don't watch things. I've made a conscious effort to start watching things so people would stop making fun of me.
The only things I watch are RuPaul's Drag Race.
Oh, you
Anime.
and my wife would be best friends.
All right.
So basically, we're gonna.
You didn't finish the list.
Yeah. Hold on, Stephanie. We're gonna start having watch parties with Corey for all these movies.
I told
right,
you
so
this is what standard definition is for. Now.
So let's see. Okay, Die Hard.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've seen Die Hard.
Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Yes.
Okay, Back to the Future.
Nope.
The first one.
Nope.
First one. Good grief. Good grief. Okay, Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
Yes.
Empire Strikes Back.
Yes.
The Thing.
No.
Horror movie. I know you're not good at horror movies, so we'll move on. Stand By Me.
Nope. Keep listening them. Keep listing movies. Keep going. This is fun.
Keep listing movies. Let's see.
This is my topic.
Coming to America.
Nope.
What?
No. Aaron, you want to weigh in on that one?
I don't even know what that is.
Eddie
Eddie
Murphy.
Murphy and Arsenio Hall playing Africans coming, literally visiting America.
Oh.
Oh, let's see here.
Wait. Have you seen Mean Girls?
Yes, I have seen Mean Girls.
He's seen Mean
Girls is
Girls.
amazing.
He's seen Mean Girls.
That's good.
Okay, let's see here.
Did
All right.
Stephanie leave because she got so offended?
Probably.
No, I'm just changing rooms. I'm getting comfy.
It wouldn't surprise me.
All right. Have you seen the original Ghostbusters, Corey?
No.
Okay.
What?
I've never seen anything Ghostbusters ever.
Now I'm offended.
Blade Runner.
No.
E.T.
No.
I've seen that.
This is a horror movie, so I doubt you've seen it. The Shining.
Nope.
The Breakfast Club.
Nope.
Full Metal Jacket.
Nope.
Airplane.
No.
Naked Gun.
No.
Scarface.
No.
The Godfather.
No.
RoboCop.
Wait, what? Who said
She
what?
said Tommy Boy.
I've seen Tommy Boy. I love Tommy Boy.
I said RoboCop.
Nope.
Predator.
Nope.
Oh.
Jesus. Lethal Weapon.
No.
Tell me you've seen Fast Times at Ridgemont High.
Nope.
I knew it. I was like, this sounds like a movie he hasn't seen. I knew it. The Karate Kid.
No.
Oh. How about Total Recall?
No.
Oh. Conan the Barbarian.
No.
Dirty Dancing.
Yes, I've seen Dirty Dancing. I love Dirty Dancing.
Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome.
No, I've never seen any Mad Max movie. I fell asleep during Fury Road too, so sorry guys.
Okay, I'm about to be really obscure here. Rambo 2 first. Wait. What was Rambo 2? What was the subtitle?
I've only ever seen whatever the newest Rambo movie is.
Oh god damn! There's like 5 of them. You've only seen the 5th one.
Well, what I don't know. It was the first one he did after the original 3. I didn't know there was 5. So whoops.
Yeah, there's 5 of them.
That doesn't make sense.
Keep in mind, LeRon's listing like basically classics.
Oh, I'm aware. I know.
Right, so-
The first Michael Keaton Batman.
No, I've never seen 89 Batman.
Rain Man.
No.
The Lost Boys.
No.
Beverly Hills Cop.
Yeah, I like Beverly Hills Cop. That movie's good.
Okay, Corey. Hold on. Let me see something here. All right. This is. All right.
I feel like I'm disappointing a lot of people right now.
All right, your street cred's in trouble if you have not seen this movie.
Uh-oh.
Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure.
Yes, I have seen Bill and Ted.
Okay, we can move on to a new topic now.
But this is my topic. I want you to keep going.
Oh, you want more?
Yeah.
Let's see.
I probably should have started this timestamp, but
no, horror movie. Never mind. We already said Karate Kid, right?
Yeah.
yeah.
Pretty in Pink.
No.
It sounded like a movie you wouldn't have seen. Footloose.
No.
Beetlejuice.
Nope.
Did you say no? Did you say no?
Nope.
Oh.
The Princess Bride.
Nope.
Really?
Yeah. I'm dead serious.
Monty Python and the Holy Grail?
Yes, I've seen Monty Python. I've never seen anything else Monty Python, though.
Who Framed Roger Rabbit?
No.
Ooh.
When Harry Met Sally?
Nope.
Let's see.
This is great entertainment. I hope everybody
How
just.
about Mrs. Doubtfire?
Yeah, I've seen Mrs. Doubtfire. Everybody's seen Mrs. Doubtfire.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah, Robin Williams, man.
I don't know, with your streak so far.
I know that's fair.
Right, I know. It's really suspect right now. Tootsie.
That you just made that up. That's not a
Never.
real thing.
No, that's a real movie.
No, that you made that up.
That's a real movie. I'm for real. That's a real movie. It's not porn either. It's a real movie.
I bet there is a porn also called Tootsie.
The Naked Gun.
I already said that.
She already said
Oh, you
that.
did?
I said
I missed it. I'm sorry.
Oh man.
Nope, that's a horror movie. I know he hasn't seen that. I already said that one. I'm running out of movies I can think of right now.
Even think of like recent ones I probably haven't seen too. So.
How about Collateral Damage?
No. Nope.
Shoot. Now I'm looking at lists of movies now.
Yeah.
Oh man, I feel like I just disappointed everybody who.
No. Actually, no. This is entertaining, honestly.
Deep Impact.
Ooh.
No.
Flashdance.
No.
Big Daddy.
Yes.
Good one. Come on. The Color Purple.
No.
I knew it. I knew that was a no. I had to throw it at you though. 3 Men and a Baby.
No.
Okay, this next one you got to get this one. This next one,
Uh-oh.
Tom Hanks movie, Big.
No.
Castaway.
No.
Ghost.
No.
Okay, maybe you are starting to disappoint me now.
I'm sorry.
Pokemon, the first movie.
No.
Yeah.
Oh my god!
What?
What?
I'm shocked. You haven't even seen a Nintendo movie?
No.
Oh, speaking of,
I did-
what was it?
I
What
did
was
see
that
the
movie?
original Mario Brothers movie. Does that count?
What,
Oh, yeah.
what was that movie
Unfortunately.
what was that movie that introduced Super Mario 3 to the world? What was that movie called?
Oh, the Wizard?
The Wizard. You see that one?
No.
Damn.
But he knows.
Oh, how about Shawshank Redemption?
No.
Sister Act.
No.
Bruce Almighty.
No.
The Sandlot.
Yeah, I hate The Sandlot. I hate that movie.
Well, at least you saw it.
I did.
So,
A Christmas Story.
I hate The Christmas Story too.
Oh, me too.
The Dark Crystal.
I love The Dark Crystal. Yes, I've
Okay,
seen it.
cool. Never Ending Story.
Yeah, if it has Jim Henson in the title, I've probably seen it.
Okay. All right. The Secret of Nim.
No, Don Bluth though. Don Bluth left Disney to create that movie though.
Charlotte's Web.
I don't think so.
Babe.
Babe. Like,
good one.
like the pig movie? Yeah. I have, but it was a long time ago.
Edward Scissorhands.
Part of it. The only scene I remember from that movie is when he poked a hole in the waterbed and it started spraying everywhere, and it only sticks in my mind because we were sitting on my aunt's waterbed while we were watching it, and then we stopped watching it.
Okay, Hocus Pocus.
No.
Weird Science.
Nope.
Wow.
Groundhog Day.
Nope.
What? Pulp Fiction.
Nope. I've only seen
Fight
like
Club.
3. I've only seen like 3 Quentin Tarantino movies.
Okay.
The Wedding Singer.
Nope.
I'm literally running out of movies now. Like I'm going through lists on the internet.
I'm sorry.
Now. Okay. Hold on. This is 140 essential 80s movies from Rotten Tomatoes.
Oh God, it's from the 80s. I probably haven't seen it. I'm not gonna lie to you.
How old are you?
35.
Okay.
Right. Yeah.
Okay. Purple Rain.
No.
Wow. Spaceballs.
Yes.
Willow.
Nope.
Transformers the movie.
No.
Revenge of the Nerds.
No.
What?
I remember this movie, but I know you haven't seen it. The Last Starfighter.
Nope.
Okay. Adventures in Babysitting.
Nope.
Caddyshack.
Nope.
What?
I can feel Stephanie's brain bleeding right now.
The Untouchables.
No, that's not even a real thing.
Yeah, it is.
Sean Connery, Kevin Costner, Robert De Niro.
No.
They were all in a movie together. It was all about taking down Al Capone.
Nope, I've not seen it. Sorry.
Any of the Angelina Jolie Tomb Raider movies?
I saw the first one.
Okay.
It was not very
Thank
good, so I was
goodness.
not inclined to see the second one.
Okay. Have you seen any of the current Star Trek movies? The J.J. Abrams movies.
I watched the first one, and I really liked it, and then I didn't go see the other ones.
Okay, well you can skip the second one. I'll say that.
Why? What's wrong with the second one?
I don't have time to talk about that. We don't want the podcast to run long.
Okay.
All right. So everybody, Stephanie, Aaron, throw him your favorite movie. Let's see, because I throw him one of your all-time favorite movies. Let's see how he does.
The first one that comes to mind, Meet the Fockers.
Yeah, I've seen all those movies.
Good one.
Those movies are great. Classics. Ben Stiller.
Oh,
Classic.
My Big Fat Greek Wedding.
No.
Oh my god.
That doesn't sound like a movie you would have seen. It really doesn't. I know that movie, but it doesn't sound.
My ex-girlfriend was obsessed with that movie, so I just refused to watch it because she watched it once a week. It was on TV all the time.
It's so good.
So I guess Notting Hill's out the question too, then.
Yeah, no, I've never seen that either.
All right, I'll throw you two. Beverly Hills Ninja
Nope.
and Face Off.
Nope.
Ooh. Oh man.
Come on, John Travolta and Nick Cage.
I know the movie. I've just never seen it.
Ugh.
All right. Well, here's a redemption one then. It's another Nicolas Cage movie. The Rock.
Nope.
That's one of my all-time favorites.
Love that movie. I saw it like the other week.
Yeah. Bad Boys.
The second one, not the first one.
Jesus. Okay, you know what? I'll give you that because I've seen the first one, not the second one. And I haven't seen Bad Boys for Life, which is the third one.
Yep.
Bring It On.
The cheerleading movie?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was at the right age when that movie came out. That's where I fell in love with Elijah Dushku. So
wait. Well, you already said you've watched a couple of the Pitch Perfect movies.
I've seen all the Pitch Perfect movies multiple times.
Okay. See, we're getting into this territory now. Like it's considered the sketch territory.
You're going in my burn book, LeRon.
What are you talking about? Like, I helped you write it. What are you talking about?
Oh, man.
I forgot. Who was our fat whore?
It's you, LeRon.
Yeah. Like I am like 25 pounds overweight right now.
You don't wear pink on Wednesdays.
At least I didn't make out of a hot dog.
Are you sure? Your reaction to that animated GIF I sent you the other day, it says otherwise.
I forgot. Why'd you send that to me?
I don't remember. I just remember
forgot
sending it.
what was the conversation like that we got to? That we got to a hot dog on a slice of cheese.
Yeah, hold on. I'm gonna find it because it was funny.
Yeah, I feel left out.
You were left out. It was just us talking about a hot dog for some reason. Oh, okay. I said something about the Crossroads logo being improved for the store, and you said if it wasn't considered gay, I would kiss you. I said I mean whatever you want to do. I'm still straight though, and you said take the compliment, stop making it weird, and then I sent you the hot dog
wiggling on a slice of cheese. and my immediate reaction was to send the Jesus help me gift.
And then I said, I'm sorry, I'm in a good mood today. And that was it.
Okay, are we ready for my topic now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. This show always devolves by the time we get into the second hour. It always devolves.
I know. It's okay.
Okay. All right, so pulling it back into the video game realm. All right, this is a serious question for you guys, especially as we get closer to the end of the year and we've seen all the scandals and stuff that have been happening and things like that. My topic for tonight is, how quickly are you able to forgive a company after they've fallen from grace? So, like example right now, like a couple of companies are in hot water right now for their equality practices and things like that.
No.
Some companies are in hot water because just the way they kind of give the middle finger to their fan base and stuff like that. Other companies just never does anything right. Konami,
let me give you an example of how quickly people forgive companies. Okay, so two of the studios, I'm sure, or two of the companies you're talking about, Activision Blizzard is one.
Mm-hmm.
And Ubisoft might be the other.
Yeah.
The best-selling Assassin's Creed game is Assassin's Creed Valhalla. It's also sold the most amount of season passes and DLC out of any Assassin's Creed game. And this was all after all that stuff happened last year.
Yeah, when people swore up and down, they'd never buy another Ubisoft game.
Mm-hmm. And how many companies did you see online outlets say that they were not going to support Activision Blizzard after all this, and then literally 2 weeks later they were all streaming Diablo 2?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I'm just
gonna throw that out there.
Speaking of, I have one question.
Mm-hmm.
Because this didn't sit right with me when I read it over the weekend. Why did Nintendo even have to put their 2 cents into this?
Because Crash Team Racing sold best on Switch, and Crash Bandicoot sells well, and Tony Hawk sells well. There's Activision games on the Switch. Spyro sold extremely well.
Oh, I know. So my question is, why did it? Because it was Doug Bowser that said something, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but okay. So here's the thing. Here's the inside scoop.
Scoop.
Let's do this.
It was a leaked email that wasn't an email at all.
Mm-hmm.
It was just an announcement that Doug Bowser gave. He shared on SharePoint, and he just said his thoughts and feelings about what was going on, and that was really it.
Okay, so technically it wasn't an official word. It wasn't an official all these companies they want to do their thing and put a press conference out, just to make it seem like it's the official thing. And so that's really what it was.
Yeah, I mean, he signed it and everything, and it was carefully worded, but it wasn't something super, what's the word? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It was an unofficially released statement that was carefully worded because they knew they were going to leak it on purpose.
Yeah, I feel like sometimes things are set up that way.
That's some. I'm not gonna get started tonight because all I'm gonna say is no. That's some bullshit. Because I mean, that's what I call stunted PR.
Well, I think the thing too is I think Nintendo said something on purpose because it had already come out that Xbox and PlayStation had already taken a stance and Nintendo hadn't really said anything yet. And I feel like they just wanted to say, hey, we kind of stand with these guys, even though we're not getting Call of Duty or Overwatch 2. Are they getting Overwatch 2? I don't know.
I don't know if they're getting
Diablo 4?
Overwatch 2.
I don't remember. I don't know.
I think
they are getting Overwatch 2. They're not getting Diablo 4, I think is what the... I don't remember. Regardless. I feel
my whole thing is, even if Sony and Microsoft had something to say about it, I really feel like Nintendo didn't need to say anything about it. They're the most they're supposed to be the most family-friendly brand out there. So I feel like I don't know. It feels like we have a saying in the LGBTQ community. It's called being a pick me, and that's what it felt like when I saw it.
A pick me? What is that? For us straight folks, you need to explain these things to me. I want to be educated.
I'm also gay, and I don't know what that is.
It was like they wanted to draw attention to themselves for just for the reason of like it feels like, well, in this case it feels like a clout thing to me.
Okay.
It must be an old gay thing. Like if you're old and
No,
gay.
no. This is a new gay thing.
It's a new gay thing for old guys.
That was just my I guess my pop culture way of saying it, but seriously, I feel like honestly, like Nintendo didn't really have anything, not saying it's bad that they put it out there. I just feel like it was one of those situations. It's like what's that meme where it's like you should have just sat there and ate your food, that's the way I feel, because I mean,
But they're supporters of Activision Blizzard, so I feel like something was needed to be said.
I don't know. I feel like Nintendo was not in jeopardy of getting canceled, and I know I'm getting kind of far into the woods with this one. I know I am, but it crossed my mind as we started talking about like those other companies, and I was like, wait, yeah, like they put this statement out there, so my bad. So anyway, so as gamers, yeah, because we'll keep it on the gaming side. As gamers, how quickly have you been able to forgive a company after they've fallen from grace? Because I'll use myself as the first example. Like remember when Capcom got caught putting all the DLC on their discs for a few of their games, and then charging you like the season pass price, even though like it was already on the stuff that we already spent the money on.
Yeah, wasn't Street Fighter 4 one of the big.
Street Fighter 4 was one. Street Fighter Cross Tekken was another one.
Oh yeah, I forgot that game even came out.
Yeah, there were a few. There was a few, and everyone knows me. Like Capcom is like my favorite company as far like in the gaming industry. And when that came out, and I sat there and I looked at all the games I bought that you saw the grocery list of games that were caught with like already had the content on there thanks to data miners and stuff like that. I was pissed. And I told myself like the only game I was going to continue to buy from Capcom for the longest time would be Monster Hunter games and stuff like that. Eventually, though, I want to say maybe like a year or so later, I was more and more Capcom titles that were not Monster Hunter crept into my library again. So one of those situations, and it's one of those ones where I don't feel like I'm like being like I'm like I have like flawed morals or values and stuff like this, but like sometimes like just like with people, like our favorite companies can disappoint us sometimes, and how fast are we able to forgive them or turn around and say, okay, I'm going to open my wallet back up to you guys even though you kind of screwed me over.
I would say, well, generally speaking, I kind of agree with the sentiment, Corey had, where people just seem to, bitch and complain and be really loud about it, but then turn around the next day and purchase something. But for me personally, I mean, also, for me, it's it depends answer. Like, it depends on how bad the offense is, number one. Mm-hmm. Like, is it like something I morally disagree with kind of offense, or are they just being jerks to their fans and just trying to make a buck off us and whatever? But ultimately it's just a couple things. Like, I'll try not to be like openly complain on social media, and I'm trying to think, I don't know, I feel that, and this is generally speaking, because it really, again, it depends. If the company acknowledges their error or mistake or action is being taken to rectify whatever issue they caused, I would be more inclined to forgive more quickly than not. Because also I want to think about that there are several, like many developers that work for whatever game company, and they deserve to be supported. Even though maybe the company as a whole might have done something pretty scummy, I still want to support the people that worked hard and put their best effort into it.
Yeah.
So,
That's pretty much my stance too, because like, you know, when people have the knee-jerk reactions to boycott this now, like the first thing I'm like is like, hey, like you're putting people out of jobs when you do that, because like we all know how things happen. You know, like a game undersells, and the first thing the publisher does is they go in and shut down the entire studio that was responsible for the development of the game. You know, and and I'm not saying those people with their talent can't get a job, but like at least right now they're gainfully employed, and you know, direct reactions of what we did, because like the game could have been like a top 10 game, you know, but the fact that, you know, gamers, you know, decided that this is the hill that they're going to die on, you know, just put a whole bunch of people out of a job, especially in this economy, you know.
Yeah. I don't know. For me, I you think of like individuals who are just shitty at these companies, right? And you just think of, I mean, look at what's happening at Activision Blizzard, right? It's not the 1,000+ employees. It's a select few, like 20
Yeah.
people, right, that have just really destroyed the culture there. I mean, it might be more. I don't know. I'm just throwing a number out there. But like that ruins the name of the whole company. Well, there are hardworking people that still work there, right? Like building games that people want to enjoy, and obviously absorbing Vicarious Visions, like that was kind of heartbreaking, right? Like after they put out that great Tony Hawk game and Crash trilogy and stuff like that, was like they did such a good job on those things, and just to get absorbed, like that was really heartbreaking. And obviously, Jen O'Neill like leaving after 2 months of being in charge there because of they continue to not treat women the same as men there, right? And that's the kind of things that you need to look at, right? Like, okay, if it was just like one terrible person, right, you can probably get over that, right? Like, but as more and more of this Activision Blizzard stuff comes out and the culture there, and like, even though the Bill Cosby room, like that picture that has been floating around came out before Bill Cosby's accusations, it still has that connotation, right? And like everybody still thinks of that, and it's like still not a good look, you know. And it's hard for me to imagine, even, not that I buy a bunch of Activision or Blizzard games, right? Like I'm not like a huge fan, but like I really enjoyed Tony Hawk. I really enjoyed the Crash trilogy. Like I would totally buy another Crash game if they made one, but like now with all this, and granted, probably like 80 to 90% of people who are going to go buy the next Call of Duty don't even know this crap's going on, right? I mean, right? I just assume that they don't know this is going on.
Yeah.
But like if I was a Call of Duty fan, this would maybe push me towards Battlefield or Halo this year, right? Like I mean, it starts at the top, you know, and I know that that's a cliche saying, but I've been in situations where when the leadership changed, the culture changed. And when the culture changes, people become happier, people become mentally healthier, they become more productive, right? Like it does start at the top, whether it's a company of 10 people or 2,000 people.
Yeah.
It starts at the top. And I don't know that this is exactly where we're going, but I don't think things are going to change at Activision. Even if Bobby Kotick they find he has done nothing wrong, right? Even if they find that, he's tainted now forever because of all this, because of the people under him, and he didn't really do anything about it, even though maybe he didn't do anything himself, which, I mean, some of the things that have come out, he has, but allegedly. I have to say allegedly. Yeah. I don't want to get sued. I'm not paying their lawyer bills for when they get sued. But, like, it's not going to change until he leaves, and I know he's really fighting not to leave, but, like, the culture there, like, things at Activision and the perception of Activision is not going to change until he leaves. So, like, I don't want to support that company if that culture isn't changing. I mean, I think we've, at least here, like, we've worked so hard to try to make sure that culture does not exist here. And I encourage everybody to tell me or someone within the leadership team if something is happening. Please let us know, because it has happened before all you guys were here. We had a problem with someone that worked with us, and we had to eliminate the issue. And it sucks confronting people. It sucks standing up to people like that, but it's better for everybody if you just cut the cancer out right now, you know?
Yeah.
It's just better for everyone.
Yeah, and I hate to say it, like, you know, it's one thing if you've got leadership that takes responsibility and tries to address things immediately and does right, do right by their employees. But I feel like, you know, what's going on with Activision maybe might have only gone as far as it had, was because it finally got some sort of media recognition on mainstream, basically. Like, usually, I hate to say it, but, you know, news from the gaming world tends not to go on your general national news, and I think this one has. And I hate to say it, but that kind of media and that pressure it helps. It does. Hate to say it, but it does.
But the thing is with Activision, when you have like-minded people sitting on your board who are still trying to protect the person that is allegedly, you know, doing whatever and protecting each other, like you said, Stephanie, it's like, well, how do you change that? How do you change that? Like, you know, whatever side you were on with, like, the, not to get super political or anything, but whatever side you were on with the election and whatever, like, we have, like, the United States has a system in place where if you do not like something that's going on, granted, corruption aside, whatever's, you know, all this other House of Cards style shit that probably happens on a daily basis, but, like, theoretically, there's a system in place where if you don't like the way things are going, you're going to be able to vote on it and change it eventually. And, like, there's no system like that for these companies, right? They want to do what's best for the shareholders, what's best for the people who are making them money. And now people are looking at it and it's like, well, Bobby Kotick, before he took his quote unquote minimum wage salary cut, like, he was set to make, like, what, $134 million this year before bonuses or something ridiculous like that. He's the highest paid CEO of any company in the United States, by the way.
Oh, I did not know that.
I want people to let that sink in before bonuses and stock options and incentives and stuff. I forget what podcast I heard that on, but he is, like,
Jesus, did not know that.
Yeah. And if they were to let him go, between stock options and severance package and the rest of the salary that he's owed for the rest of the year, which is in his contract that he would make $300 million just to leave the company.
God damn. God damn.
It's something like $294 million to leave the company.
Oh gosh, that.
Plus, like, plus a
a
benefits package that he would have, that him and his family would have for the rest of their lives. Like, it's like, well, I would take $300 million to leave. Goodbye.
Honestly,
You know?
Yeah.
So, I mean,
I think. Sorry, go ahead.
oh, I was gonna finish up by saying, like, yeah, the bonus money you make from selling 30 million copies of Call of Duty every year is probably a pretty penny, but, like, man, to not work another day in your life and have $300 million just handed to you, it's like, jeez.
For me, I mean, I'm not, like, a fan of Activision Blizzard in general. Like, their games don't speak to me. Last game I bought was Overwatch, and I haven't played that in years. But have you guys heard of Lab Zero?
No, what's that?
That sounds familiar.
They're the developers of Skullgirls.
Yes.
Yes. So they had a huge controversy with their lead designer and programmer, basically making inappropriate sexual comments and, you know, all that. Basically, it just ended up with them dissolving completely. And
I had no idea.
Yeah, because that's why Indivisible was delayed. It's because of that whole controversy.
Yeah.
I remember that now. Yeah.
But in the case of Activision, like the general public, I mean, up until now, wouldn't have known about it unless they did a deep dive or like were in our community. Like most of the people that are buying their games are middle-aged mothers buying Call of Duty for their children who probably shouldn't be playing them anyway.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Like it. I think there are good people still at Activision. Like I think Rod Ferguson, who is running the Diablo team, he used to run the Coalition he's led Gears 4 and 5. Like I think he's a stand-up guy. I know there's been rumors that he's been trying to go back to Microsoft during all this, but like he wants to stick it out because I mean, his nickname is the closer for a reason. He helped push BioShock Infinite to the finish line. He helped push, spin up Gears 4 and finished Gears 5. Put the finishing touches on Gears Tactics before he left. Like he's the closer, right? Like, and he wants to make sure Diablo 4 is finished before he's out the door. And like, I don't know. I've always had a spot in my heart for that guy. Seems like a stand-up guy, but like, I don't know how the people that are doing it the right way are able to stick around there. Like it's got to be really hard on everybody. Even the people that have been treated like shit too. Like, I mean, I don't know. There was another story I read today where more people are leaving Blizzard today, and it's like, man, I don't know. They just have to wipe the slate clean. I feel like they just have to just start from scratch almost.
I wonder if any of these people are gonna start their own companies, and we'll start seeing a surgence of indie games coming out.
Yeah.
Ah.
I don't know. I did read an article today where one of their technical engineers left the company and said she refuses to work in video games ever again because of what happened to her at Activision.
That's awful.
Yeah. And she's like not even out like around our age, right? Like she's like maybe 30.
Jeez.
And it was like her dream job to work there, and she was like, what happened to me here? I refuse to work in video games again. I'm like, Jesus. So I don't know. Going back to like forgiving a company, like something I don't know if you could ever forgive something like the way that Activision is treating people. Like I don't know. I know like forgiveness is like a big kind of thing going around in certain areas right now. It's like, I forgive, you should forgive people and whatever, but there's just so much that like you gotta wipe the slate clean. You gotta start over. You gotta start from the top and then build your teams out from there. Get new leadership in there, make people believe in that company again. Yeah,
because even if some of us do find it in our hearts to quote unquote forgive, the trust is broken. There's really no faith in there. So it's like, even if you do forgive, people won't forget. And I do agree, Corey. Like they have to do some huge, massive overhaul or just a complete rebirth if they really want to see the light of day and get grace from us. Yeah. I mean, I know this is like almost the complete opposite of where this topic was going to go, but like, I just like, sorry.
I mean, no, I mean, I think it's good that we're talking about this. Like,
oh yeah, it is. Because I think one thing that, and like people have heard me say it in like a lot of times on all these podcasts, whether I've been on the Boss Rush podcast, whether it's on my own Crossroads, whether I've been on Nintendo Power Block, Arsenal X. I've been on practically every podcast, I think now, right? I think so. And I know at one point, like any of our listeners have heard me say that, like as long as we're doing the things that we're doing, like talking about video games, expressing our love for video games, giving our thoughts and views on video games in the industry and stuff like that, we are technically influencers and stuff like that. So, like I feel like if anything, like it's refreshing, for people, whether they're new listeners or lifelong listeners and stuff like that, to hear us say this stuff like that. Like it lets them know like what side of like this stuff that we stand on, because there are a lot of times that like it's really swept under the rug because they make a cool game, like like they'll get their shit straightened out, stuff like that. Sometimes that's not always the case.
Yeah. So there's certain things you can forgive a company for, like, I don't know. I will probably buy the next Assassin's Creed game, right? Because like I like those games and I think they're good games. But like something like, again, I feel like I'm talking in circles now. But like just the next Activision game, I'll just like I don't care what it is. I'll just pass over until something changes there. Not that I mean like Aaron. I'm not a huge Activision fan anyway. Like I loved the Tony Hawk remake. Like that was like that's my extent of Activision fandom at this point anyway. But
I'm not a huge Ubisoft fan. Like I mean, like I feel like for every good game that I played from Ubisoft, like I played like 9 duds from them.
So what was this topic really about?
I was just.
Who are we forgiving? Who did you wrong, LeRon? Who's forgiving you? Who are you forgiving? Who wronged you?
Wait, I said Capcom. I said Capcom.
What they do to you?
For their fiascos of charging us money, additional money for stuff that we'd already paid for. You know?
That.
And I'm not even talking about the times they rehash like the Street Fighter collection. I'm talking about like when they actually have content that's like already on like the medium that you buy, and then and then spend $40 more to unlock these characters that are already in your possession.
Yeah. I mean, for me, I guess it would be BioWare. You just kind of forget that they put out a less than stellar Dragon Age game, and then they moved on to Mass Effect Andromeda, which was Mass Effect Andromeda, and then they just really dropped the ball with Anthem, and you're like, man, is BioWare dead? What's happening? And then they put out the Mass Effect Trilogy Legendary Edition, and it's great, right? Like, it's just, they redid the first game in a way to make it playable in the 21st century. And, they are teasing a new Mass Effect and Dragon Age, which I'm like, totally forgot how bad Anthem was because I just want to play more Mass Effect, I mean, I'm going to be honest, like, Anthem was bad. I wanted to like Anthem so bad. We started an Anthem podcast.
Oh no.
At one point. Jesse and I and one of our other friends started an Anthem podcast before Anthem was out because we were like, if we're going to be big, we need to start before it comes out. And Jesse bought the comics, and like I was reading up on lore, and I was like learning about the lore of Anthem before the game even came out. And then we played for like that first week. We were like, oh man, this game is not good. What did we do? We just wasted 10 weeks of our lives. It was a cool name too. Javelins for Hire. That was the name of the show. It was cool. Channel still exists if you want to check it out. It's not. But yeah.
I've forgiven Nintendo for charging us $50.
The world has forgiven Nintendo. I feel like I'm part of the whole like Victims Anonymous. You when it comes to Nintendo.
But I only forgive them because I'm part of a family plan and I only spend $9 a year.
Yeah, I was gonna go more towards the Nintendo route, like Aaron, because I believe, even though I now own, all 3 major, systems, my biggest relationship has been with Nintendo throughout the years, and, I feel like it's very subjective though. For example, when the Zelda Loftwing amiibo came out, I personally was not offended or upset by this.
That was a fiasco.
But a lot of people didn't like how Nintendo hid this like nice quality of life change behind a paywall.
Yeah.
Again, that the expansion pack, which hopefully eventually there'll be more substance to be worth that money. But when that price initially dropped, and just the overall consensus that Nintendo as a company doesn't tend to focus very much with how to say this, like fan service, like they're just not as fan friendly, so to speak. But I've just forgive them time and time, because again, I have to tell myself they're a business. So the stuff that they do, I mean, again, business. So as long as they keep putting out high quality games, I will forgive them and just say, may I have another?
Yeah, I also forgive Nintendo for selling Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze for $60 when you could buy it for $20 on the Wii U.
Ooh.
It's okay. That's like the biggest thing, right? Is like Donkey Kong was $50 on the Wii U when it came out. It wasn't the traditional 60, it was 50. And then it dropped to 20, and then it came out on Switch and was 60.
And then they removed it on Wii U.
I know. They did the same thing to Pikmin 3. It was $50. They dropped it to 20. 2 months before Pikmin 3 came out on Switch, they removed it from the eShop. So
eventually we're gonna be geriatric people, and when someone's like, "Who hurt you?" it's gonna be Nintendo.
Yeah.
It's gonna be the glowing answer. Who hurt you?
Man, good times. Good times. Well,
yeah, I feel like my relationship with Nintendo is like being in a bad relationship in general. Like they just treat you poorly, but you just keep coming back to them and say, "This time it'll be better."
I can change them.
Yeah, I was in a couple of those situations. We'll save that, I guess, for another
day.
Yeah.
Hey Corey, at least you know what you're getting when you get in bed with Xbox. At least you know what you're getting.
Yeah. They're just giving it to me for $15 a month.
Oh man. Sorry, my topic took a turn.
It's like I was gonna say it. Game Pass is like a Wednesday morning brunch strip club where you just they try harder, May not be as good, but they A for effort, I guess.
The B squad comes out.
Man, good times. Good times. Well, anybody else have anything to say about this topic before we kind of roll on out?
No.
Okay. LeRon, when's After Dark coming out? Because
soon. Soon. I've already saw some of the other sub shows from Boss Rush are already doing their thing. Like I've seen the gloating, Corey. I've seen the gloating.
What'd I do?
You know what you did.
No, I didn't do anything. That's not true. I don't gloat.
Yeah.
That's not me.
So soon, I don't know.
Come on. We got to get it out before January. We're launching in January. The date is set. It's already there. Ed and I did 2 expansion packs already.
See? There you go. There it is.
What?
You were gloating about that.
I'm not gloating. I've already started prepping.
You made a whole ass tweet about it.
All I'm saying is we already started. So,
Wait, how much After Dark have you recorded?
0.
Because I tried on 4 specific days to get it rolling, and
he didn't want it to be just me. He felt uncomfortable.
Oh. Well, you know what? It might just be the two of us.
No, I want to be there.
This is the Boss Rush. Actually, that's how it should work out. The Boss Rush After Dark should be the Boss Rush podcast group for the very first episode.
Yeah, it should. I mean, I feel like, not to get too in the weeds. Sorry, I knew we were gonna wrap this up, but not to get too in the weeds. But my idea was After Dark would be the spin-off show from this show, where us or a combination of us would be on every episode, and then expansion pack would be Nintendo Power Blocks spin-off show type thing, and then the other shows would contribute if they wanted to, an episode or two. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I guess my problem was like when we first announced that After Dark was being a thing, like everybody was like, okay, we're gonna be on the show, and then so they're like, okay, we're gonna record the first show.
Yeah, everyone
here.
gets excited for the adult show until they have to be on the adult show.
Until they have to be adults. Until they have to be adults.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
Although I know that a couple people have asked me specifically when we're starting it. I said, I don't know, ask LeRon. So we'll get people on. I do want to start that show event like soon.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean it's literally the first day of December. We gotta get it cracking.
Yeah. Well, anyways, good job, team. We did it. I want to thank everybody for watching and or listening to the Boss Rush podcast. Remember, you can catch it every Monday on your podcast service of choice or on YouTube. Where was I going with that? I don't remember. ... I know. God. I got distracted by something that popped up on my Twitter that I will not repeat on this show.
Save for After Dark.
Aaron, thank you for joining us. Thank you for your time. It was a pleasure having you. Thank you. You're welcome back anytime. You want to tell?
Thank you for having me. Yes, I will tell them where you can find me.
Yeah.
Where can you find me? I am on Twitter, trying to not use Facebook, Instagram, mostly Twitter and Instagram. I have a TikTok, but I cannot figure out how to adapt my content to that. So if you want to see cool pictures of toy photography that's mostly like Nintendo related.
Ooh, okay, I'm following you right now because that stuff's cool.
I mean, you already follow me.
Am I? Do I?
Yeah, where is this at?
Where's this at? Twitter and Instagram. Just literally search my name at Aaron Damigos, AARONDAMIGOS.
Well, I know I'm following you on Twitter. I didn't know about the Instagram.
I mean, I pretty much cross post. So
okay.
Whatever. Yeah.
Cool. Stephanie, where can we?
You can find me on Twitter, and I think it's the same handle for Instagram, at Klimov, KLIMOV_author.
LeRon.
All right. Catch me everywhere. Social media, Twitch, YouTube, gaming platforms, gamertag, Exodus 803, EXODUS 803. Pretty much you can find me there. Like, I don't know that crazy ass Switch friend code, so just hell, people found me on Switch through Twitter. So like, yeah, my social media will lead you to my gamer tags.
Cool. You can follow me at IamCorianHD on Twitter and Instagram. You can find me hosting Arsenal X, the Xbox podcast, here on the Boss Rush Network. Join our Facebook group and our Discord. I have been told that our Discord link does not work on the Twitch chat, which I will fix. Sorry, but you can find it 1,000 other ways, so I'll probably forget as soon as I hang up this call. Go to bossrush.net.
I'll remind you.
Go to bossrush.net for all of our content, our shows, our banter pieces, all that good stuff. Thank you guys so much for watching, and until next time, we love you. Goodbye.
Good night.
Have a good night.